Why is it so difficult to stop thinking? What kind of where do we need to think? Why are we constantly thinking? And thinking about this, thinking about that. Does it have any use? In a moment, when we need to do something, we might need to think, yeah? But if we sit there, and try to focus our attention on the breath or on the Buddha, there's no need to think. Except when we use the Buddha, we think Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. You can replace any thought with Buddha. That's why sometimes it is really helpful, this Buddha, 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 Buddha. I don't want to think Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. But what comes before thinking? Boredom. The chitta is bored with just doing one thing. That's why it likes to think or likes to pull up memories about this, about that, believing it is in another world. It just doesn't want to stay in reality. Reality is here in the present moment where things are happening. But we don't need to think about the things that are happening. We don't need to comment, this is nice, this is not so nice, this should be like this should be like that. We just stay there, experience what is happening. We can't change the experience, even if you want to. When the wind blows, you can't change that. When it is cold, you can't change that. When it is hot, you can't change that. Just stay with the experience and don't fuss, don't make any fuss about it. Is that so difficult, But in our thoughts, we can create this virtual reality, that is nice. Where there's no wind, there's no cold, where we're just happy, And we are all our life, probably most of our life, we lived in this virtual reality that we are constantly creating. Through our thoughts and through our memories, interaction with the memories and thoughts, together with the feelings. We don't like the feeling that is right now there, so we create a thought that, brings us a nice feeling, I mean, boredom is not such a nice feeling. That's why we create, something. Oh, let me think about this, this is nice, this is that. So ask yourself, why can't you stop? Or ask yourself, how often have you thought this thought? Uncountable times. And what has it brought you? In the end, it has brought you dukkha. Because that thought is just a thought, it is not reality. But we love it, Makes us feeling like creators, creating our own virtual reality. And even that is not enough in our world. In our world, living already in a virtual reality, we need to create another virtual reality. Games, And then probably within these games we create another virtual reality and we end up in a complete, delusion. Three layers of delusion. And it's already difficult, to get off this layer of delusion without playing all these games. That's why I sometimes call, our life a game, a computer game. We start it and we end it with game over. And then we start the next one and game over. And just like, people who are addicted to games, so are we addicted to these kind of games. A game called life. And this is a real virtual reality game. I mean, we feel, yeah? We have sensations, we have all these things, yeah? We only realize it, when we go inside, inside one pointedness, where all these things, yeah, all these virtual things don't exist. And then we come back in the world, and then all these things, start to exist. Then we go back, into one pointedness where nothing is. But just like just like when you play a game, you can't stand still. You constantly have to do something, and that is with our world the same thing. We constantly have to do something. We have to act. We have to talk. We have to think. We have to memorize. We have to do this. We have to do that. Huh? You can't stop this game. But somehow we love it because we have not really investigated how tiresome it is. It is really tiresome. Waking up in the morning, getting up, then doing our practice. And from sitting meditation to walking meditation, from walking meditation to sitting meditation. It's tiring. Unless we find some comfort in our practice, be it in the samatha or comfort in our investigation. Once we start investigation, it becomes really interesting. Who are we? Yeah? That's the really thing. What is happening on? What the hell? Lumpur always asked himself, what the hell is going on? I want to understand that. Yeah? I want to be the master. I don't want to be the slave of the kleshas. I want to be the master. I want to direct them around. I want to use my toolbox. The 5 khandhas are the toolbox. The 5 khandhas, what is it? Body, feeling, thoughts, memory and association, and consciousness. This is the toolbox. And there are 2 masters who can use this toolbox. One of them is avijja with the kleshas, as subordinates, and the other one is the Dhamma. They can use this toolbox, the 5 khandhas, and we can be able, not to allow the kleshas to use it. Just like Lungta Mahaprabhu said, there is only one of them can sit on the throne, and whoever sits on the throne can use this toolbox. Who is in charge of this toolbox? He can use memory for investigation. He can use thoughts for investigation. What is this body made out? Memory, recalling, what happened, what we have done. He can use feelings, and he can use the body. And he can use sati, all these other things. But the kleshas can also use it so, and most of the time the kleshas are using it for their entertainment. They only want to play around, just like we want to play around, because we are the kleshas, and the kleshas are us. And this is something we have to realize. It's our enemy. It's not me, mine. Me is my enemy. Mine is my enemy. Belongs to me is my enemy. There's nothing that belongs to me. It's all given. It's like we all the beings, came into a world, where there were things, and the first thing, and the first person or the first being, who saw this, took it and said, "It's me, it's mine, it's myself," and anybody else, cannot take it. Just like we come into a ghost town, where there are houses or tools and things like that, and the first person who sees it, he says, "It's me, it's mine." Before that, it didn't have an owner. Now it has an owner. And then we fight about it. Then the other being comes and says, "No, I want this." And then we start to fight. In the end, we kill each other. Just for these things. That has never belonged to anybody, because it used to be a ghost town. It's not belonged to anybody. But the moment we come in, we see it, we grab hold of it, we attach ourselves to it, and then say it's mine. It's always been mine. Yeah? And if somebody else wants to take it, we fight. What kind of stupidity is that? You're completely fooled by it, by the kleshas constantly telling it, it is me, it's my feeling, yeah? It's my thought, it's my memory. Yeah? If it would be my feeling or my memory or my thought, then I could say, I don't want any thought. Go back into the drawer and don't come out. Yeah? Lock them up. Huh? Then we could say it's my thought. But you can't. They come. Because the kleshas bring them up. Our memory is the same thing. Feelings the same thing. Where's this pain coming from when we sit for 2 hours? Ever investigated it? Oh, it's excruciating. I have to stop meditating. The moment I stop meditating, it's gone. So who brings it up? This is something that we have to investigate. Don't fall for the tricks. Yeah? Don't fall for the tricks of the kleshas, constantly painting pictures, this picture, this is so nice. And then especially, this commentator who tells us if this is nice or not so nice. Huh? And then the moment something is nice, we want more of it. The moment, something is not so nice, we want to get rid of it. And just see the things as they are. Don't get attached to it, not attached to it in a negative way, not wanting it, or in a positive way, wanting more of it. Just like when we get calm, suddenly, there's this feeling of calmness or the feeling of happiness, and then we latch on to it, and then it disappears. Because we have not understood the process. We have not understood the machine that is working, how it is working. We have not opened up our watch. Because if we open up our watch, we see 5 gears, and these the 5 khandhas. And we see them turning, one is turning, one gear is turning, and the other one starts, because it's turning, All these gears are turning. But there's no meaning to it. Unless we close the clock and see the pointers. When we see the pointer, then we suddenly have time. And then we say, it's too late, it's too early, or it is right on time. But the moment we open the watch, we don't have time. Yeah? We only see the 5 khandhas. And there's no me, mine, and mine. Yeah? The moment we close it, we say, oh, that's my feeling. Yeah? You hurt my feeling. Yeah? Or you said something bad about me, hurting my feeling, and so on, and so on. The moment we open it up, there's no me, mine, and myself. There's no time. Yeah? Just open it up and see how it is working. You have to understand the mechanism for being able to control it. Yeah? But it's so tiresome. We love to live in our world, in our virtual reality world. Or in our, what is it, parallel universe, whatever it is. Not in reality, because we don't want to. All these sensations that come in, all the sensations that are there, all these bombardments of the sensations, and constantly, needing reactions, this, reaction, that. That's why we want to escape. And we want to escape through thoughts and through memories. And that's why it's so difficult to stop them. Because each time it is a little bit more difficult, the practice is a little bit more difficult, then we start to get out, into these thoughts and memories. And then we realize, we are in the thoughts and memories, and then we get disheartened. Yeah? And where is this disheartening coming from? From the kleshas. They say, you're useless. Yeah? There's no point in meditation. You cannot do it. Yeah? And we believe it because we are stupid. Huh? We also believe it. Yeah? I mean, of course we can do one Buddha. How can we not do one Buddha? How can we not watch one breath? Is it not possible? Of course it's possible. But the kleshas want to dishearten us, and to say, next life you do. This life, it's too difficult. Yeah? I mean, I guarantee you one thing. If it is this life too difficult, next life will be even more difficult. Yeah? Because the longer we go, in the wrong direction, the more we have to pull our cart out of the tracks, out of the mud. Yeah? You know this similarly, I mean, the deeper you drive your car into the mud, the longer you have to pull it out. So now it's the best time, now it is the proper time to pull it out. Because if we continue with our life like we have continued, then we just drive it deeper and deeper and deeper into the mud. And each time, it gets more difficult. Our motivation doesn't increase, while we go the wrong way. Yeah? The motivation increases the moment we see, we actually can pull it out just a little bit, yeah? Until it gets not so difficult, yeah? Just like pulling out a cart out of the mud. Yeah? Remember this. Yeah? Through constant pulling, each time it gets a little bit easier. But of course, sometimes there are big boulders, and then we have to remove the boulders, or we have to put a plank underneath, yeah, and that is more difficult, yeah. But all in all, it gets out, yeah. The cart gets out, and that's the same way. As long as we stay with our practice, yeah, it will become easier, and we start to see more. We start to see, how this clock is working. And I like the simile. Just open your watch, and see. Yeah? I mean, see the gears turning. See what is coming. Yeah, mostly, meditation, mostly a negative feeling is coming, an unpleasant feeling is coming, and then what is happening? And the instantly a thought is coming, I don't like this feeling, let's think about this, or let's think about something nice. But of course we don't catch it because the mind is so fast. It's a very fast computer. Yeah? What did the Lord Buddha say? 3,000 mind moments. Yeah? What is it called in computer language? Blips? Or pips, or gips, or I don't know the new terms. It used to be blips, yeah? Mega instruction per second, yeah? Yeah? And we have 3,000 mind moments in one blink of an eye. Yeah? Now do you realize how fast this computer is? So, the only way how we can get up to the speed of it is being mindful, being aware every moment of what is going on. Then we can catch the thief in the act. Yeah? All what we do now is, we see, the thief, from behind, far away, how he took our sati away, yeah? Bringing us this thought. We don't see how he does it. So we have to speed up our sati. It is the same thing as when you run, when you stand next to a track of a fast train. Yeah? You can take the bullet train, yeah, or any kind of fast train. And what do you see when the train passes by with 300 kilometers an hour? One blur of color, huh? And then you start running, yeah? And the faster you run, the more you see. Until you come to the same speed of the train, until you can run as fast as the train. And then you catch everything. You see who is in this compartment, what the people are doing, even what they are talking, and so on and so on. Yeah? And that is the speed of sati. If the speed of sati is at the same speed as the mind moments, what is going on in our chitta, then we catch everything, and then everything becomes so clear. Then we suddenly understand the machine that is running us. And then, once we understand the machine that is running us, we can correct it. Yeah? We can become the master of it. So, you have to have some motivation, to overcome, all these hindrances, like sloth and torpor, pain and restlessness and boredom. You have to overcome them. As I said last time, if it is strong, then investigate. What is boredom? Always accepting. Or what is pain? First of all, for investigation of these things, of the hindrances, is you accept it. Look at the feeling, let the feeling go through the whole body, and then ask the question, so, what is it? Where is this feeling coming from? Where is it located? And so on, and so on. Until you see, it falls apart. The moment we don't believe in these tricks that the magician put up, most of it falls apart. Just instantly goes away. Boredom instantly goes away when we put interest in it. Restlessness goes away when we concentrate back on the Buddha. And so on. All this. We just have to understand that these things that the chitta brings up, like, I'm so restless, I can't meditate. We believe these false information. Or you can nowadays you can call it, we believe these fake news. You ever heard of fake news? And these are all fake news. All what the commentators bringing up are fake news. But just like the people in the world believed all these fake news, so do we believe our kleshas. And these are even closer to us than any kind of newspaper or news show. How can we not believe it? If the Lord Buddha wasn't there, we still would believe it, we still would follow it. Yeah, this I need, that I need, this I don't like, this I like. Yes, my Lord, I just go. Whatever fake news you present me, I believe it. Oh, this is so painful. Yes, I believe it. Now you have to stop meditating. Yes, my Lord. Now you have to eat something. Now you have to go on vacation. Now you have to go to this country or to that country or to the moon or to the Mars or out of this solar system, whatever. And we just say, yes, my Lord. You have been the master, you know what to do, You have pushed me through one life after one life after one life. And I just follow up. I just sign the check, Always sign the check, just like the sleeping CEO of a company, all the servants, bringing up, orders, to do this, order to do that, and while he's still sleeping, he signs them, The servants don't have to pay for it. The CEO, Just like when your servants, go into a bar, and drink a lot and eat a lot, and you have to pay the bill because you signed it. So when the servants or the kleshas, in other words, the kleshas tell you to do something that is against the 5 precepts, then you say, yes, okay, let's go ahead. But you have to pay for it. The servants or the kleshas don't pay for it. They look, they wait, until you come out of hell, and then say, okay, there you are again. Let's do some more bad stuff. Or let's play this, or let's play that. Whatever is the easiest. Doing bad things is always the easiest. Going to heaven, of course they would like it, but it is so difficult. So stop this. Get rid of your wrong master or false master. Don't believe, stop believing, these fake news that they constantly pull out on you. The comment, oh, I can't meditate. Oh, now it is too hot. Now it is too cold. Now it is, now I can't concentrate. Now I'm bored. Yeah. Now, who tells you all these? All these fake news? It's a kleshas. Stop. Start to stop believing them. Or call them fake news. Would be interesting. Never tried it. But at that time, there were no fake. It wasn't a term. So you understand? Huh? Now, when we come out, when we go back into the world, here, when we are here in the monastery, it is quite intensive practice. We practice, or we are supposed to practice, for 10 hours a day, maybe sometimes 12 hours a day. And then we come home here, and then within a week, all our energy that we acquired, in these 10 days, is gone. So how can we keep up at least a certain level of calmness? It is making meditation the priority number one. Before I do anything, when I come home, before I do anything in this world, I practice first. Before I go to work, I practice. 45 minutes to completely clear the mind of all these stupid dreams that came up during the night and that we wonder what the meaning is. We just clear them out, make the mind completely calm, and then we do the next thing. Maybe it is breakfast, whatever it is. Huh? And then try to stay as focused as possible, as aware as possible, while we are going to the work, while we're waiting for the bus, or while we're sitting in the bus, and not doing anything that is unnecessary. Not reading all these newspapers or magazines or listening to this or listening to that. That is just distracting our mind. We want to keep focused. We want to stay concentrated. And then we go to work, and then the moment we have to think at work, then of course, our practice cannot continue. Once we come back from work, then we go back home, and the first thing, we open the door to our apartment or house, and the first thing is we sit down and practice again and let the whole day go away. Clear the mind of all the things that happen during the day. That is really important. Don't keep the thoughts going on. This happened in work, I have to think about this, No, you can think about the next morning, the moment you go to work. So meditate, for 45 minutes and clear the mind completely off until it is cleared. Once it is cleared, either you can do the necessary things that needs to be done, or you can do your investigation or reflection. What happened? How did I get up? What did I think when I went up? When I got up from bed? What happened then? What was I thinking when I was brushing my teeth or washing my face? What happened then? What kind of feelings were there? And just look through the whole day, every moment that you can remember. If you can't remember, just jump to the next moment. And don't ever judge it. Don't ever say, this was good or this was bad. When I met my colleague, how did I react? Just ask the question. And then get back the memory of how you reacted, how he reacted, and just leave it at that. Or the patient, how did he react? What did I do? How did I react? Before I did it, what did I think? What was on my mind? It is really important to get really every moment of your day until you come back to, until you come to the time where you start meditating. About the meditation, you don't have to do reflection. You understand? And before you go to bed, maybe you want to do another 15 or 20 minutes or whatever. But do anything, do meditation before you do anything else. if you say, I don't have time for meditation, that is the downfall. And you will see, the chitta completely goes down, and there's no more calm and there's no more peacefulness in the mind. But if you really do meditation your first priority, before you do anything else, you do meditation and then you do things. Then it stays. Then there's certain calmness, there's certain awareness, that keeps you. And the more awareness you have, the more you get, what is going wrong in your during the day. And the more you see your characteristic habits. And the more you see, where these characteristic habits are coming from. And the more you see where the characteristic habits are coming from, the more you can correct them. This is already developing panya, developing wisdom. Reflection, knowing what we are doing, why we are doing, what the results of it. And before we know what we are doing, and then we even go one step further, what came before this thought, what we are doing. And then why we are doing it, to get rid of dukkha. And you will see it. It's always the same answer. I want to get rid of this kind of dukkha, or that kind of dukkha, or that kind of dukkha. I want to get rid of boredom, that's why I watch TV. I want to get rid of restlessness, that's why I maybe do some running or whatever, or jogging or physical exercise, and so on, and so on. Look, there is no general rule. The only thing is, you have to investigate yourself, because every person ticks differently, because every person has different characteristic traits. But the only thing, the thing that is common for all of us, if you start to meditate and if you do our reflection, then we get a handle on it. And if you really do it, if you seriously do it, especially this reflection and especially this morning and evening meditation, when you come back from home, something will change within the next 2 years. And if you have time on the weekends, do more. Do 4 hours of meditation, or 5 hours, or 6 hours. If you don't have anything else, if you don't have a family. What else is there to do? Most of the time, and you will see it, in your reflection, most of the time, we are killing time. Just like if you had so much time on our hands. We can't wait to die, just to have a new life. When Lumpur started the meditation, every day I had so many appointments, until 9 o'clock, until 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. every day. I never had time. When I started meditation, after 1 year, I had always time. Because all these unnecessary things that I thought that were necessary to meet this person or that person, all were gone. Just through the reflection. Just through the daily reflection. Seeing that these things, don't bring happiness, that I was thinking they brought happiness, that just seeing for myself they don't bring this happiness. And then I was free. Most of the time, when I came back home from work, I was free. When a friend called me, do you have time? Yes. When? In 2 weeks, 3 weeks? No. Now. And before that, this week is full, next week is, half full, let's meet in 3 weeks, That is our normal day, normal routine, But you can change it. But don't change it with your mind. Don't change it by saying, no, I don't want all these things, because that doesn't work. The chitta has to see that the things that it does are not really wholesome. And that is coming through the reflection. We have to reflect, and sometimes if it is really an ingrained habit, we have to do the reflection 1,000 times or 10,000 times before the chitta really gets the point, sees that it's not wholesome. And then once the chitta realizes it's not wholesome, it lets go. And then there's no desire for it to do it again. But if we do it with our mind, there's always desire to do it again and again and again. And everybody knows that. Yes, this is not good for us, but the desire is still there to do it. But the moment we incorporate reflection in our daily life, and once a chitta has understood that what it does, it's not really wholesome, it lets go. That's the power of the chitta. And that is the same principle that we use when we do intensive practice of meditation and start investigating the body. Once the chitta understands that the body is a complete mess and there's nothing useful, and it brings only a lot of dukkha, it lets go of this body and doesn't want any body anymore. But it takes a long time, because we're so attached. It is much more than just an ingrained habit. Yeah? It's the most difficult task, investigating the body. And investigating the body leads to three stages of enlightenment. The first is Sotapanna. The second is Sakadagami, or once returner, and the third is non-returner. Only the Anagami has gotten rid of the body and doesn't come back to any kind of the worlds, neither the heavenly world, nor the human world, nor the lower realms. So the body is the main obstacle. We are so attached to it. And look at it, all your concerns in your life is about this body. Hungry, sleepy, tired, cold, warm, sweaty, and so on, stinking, and so on. What is it? Concerned about the body. And when we meet somebody, we present our body. It was only a short time, I think in the 70s, but most of you are not from the 70s. People just dressed the way, didn't care about how they were dressed. The hippie movement didn't last very long, because then the hippie movement became a sort of fashion. And then you had to wear this kind of, and things like that. Yeah. But in the beginning was, the boys and the girls just wear the same things, they didn't care about, what kind of, what they were wearing. But then afterwards, so we care. We care a lot about using perfume, to get rid of the odor of the body, of the stink of the body. That's why we use perfume or soap, or deodorant. It's very bad if you sweat under your armpits. Okay, you understand what to do when you go home? Ari? Make my meditation, before you do anything else, practice. If you go to work, and then after work, and before you do something in the evening, also, do at least 10 minutes reflection before you go and in mindlessness do this or do that. Sit down 5 minutes, calm your mind. So why do I want to do this? What do I expect from it? And then when you've done it, what were the results? I know it's difficult. You don't like the chitta, just wants to play. They don't want to reflect. But once you get the hang of it, it becomes easier, and a lot of things, that were unwholesome in your life will disappear. Okay, questions? Okay. I need another.